Lastly, the study makes a very profound point about the power of situations, that situations affect us much more than we think, that human behavior is much more under the control of subtle situational forces, in some cases very trivial ones, like rules and roles and symbols and uniforms, and much less under the control of things like character and personality traits that we ordinarily think as determining behavior.
I'm a college undergraduate. I can't possibly imagine myself ever being a prisoner or a guard. What relevance would this have for the everyday person?
Yeah, and is there as much relevance for females as well?
Yeah, it's important not to think of this as prisoner, a guard in a real prison. The important issue is the metaphor of prisoner and guard. What does it mean to be a prisoner? What does it mean to be a guard? And a guard is somebody who limits the freedom of someone else, uses the power in their role to control and dominate someone else. And that's what the study is about. And so any situation you're in where there's this power relationship between husbands and wives and parents and children and teachers and students and doctors and patients and in the military and so many situations, we think this study has relevance for you. In thinking about this kind of research, we began to think, what are the situations in which people voluntarily give up their freedom? Well, the one obvious kind of person who internalizes both the prisoner and guard mentality, the part of you that says, you can't do it, which puts coercive limitations on you, and the part of you which says, okay, I have the ability and motivation, but if you say so, I won't do it, and limits his or her own freedom, is the shy person. And that we began to see shyness as a self-imposed psychological prison. And right after we finished the prison experiment, we began thinking about shyness and studying it, and it turns out nobody had ever studied it seriously. And so for the next 15 years, we have been doing research on shyness at Stanford, and then set up the first Stanford Shyness Clinic, the first shyness clinic in America, the Stanford Shyness Clinic. And so we went from imprisoning people in our experiment to doing research and then therapy, which has exactly the opposite goal, to try to help people free themselves from prisons that they create. So we think it has very important implications for all of us in our everyday life.